Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing off another one of my gorilla figures. This is a completely natural gorilla figure in the sense that it mimics nature and there is no modification thereof. The figure came with a adult male and what appears to be a male adolescent toddler of some variety. You notice that there is a bit of wear on these. They have been sitting in a box and apparently they got a little tumbling. You can see where the resin was cut off from its original mold when it was made. There are no markings on the adolescent here at all. It is just the figure itself. There's no motion. The sculpting's pretty decent. It's not perfect, but it's not bad at all. It's quite a reasonable representation of what an actual animal looks like. Then you have the adult male. The adult male I think looks better. You have much more realistic detail. It's a larger figure, so you've got more to play with. And he's kind of in the classic defensive stance here. That wonderful sway back design. Vaguely, pot belly look here. But you've got the look of the power in these arms. Because gorillas are profoundly strong. They really are. There is some markings down here. It says it's Gorilla Safari Unlimited, or Safari Limited rather, from 1995. And I think the Safari Limited is part of the Schleich line, but I'm not positive. And I like the fact that they use a glossy paint on the eyes, so that kind of gives it that vaguely liquid look, as though they are more real. The nostrils and the lips look relatively well sculpted. The patterning on the hair I think is quite well done. Interesting fact: human beings actually have more hair follicles than do gorillas, because gorillas have completely bare chests and completely bare faces, whereas human beings have hair follicles in those locations. A little bit of blurb for you. And in some cases, such as myself, I have almost as much hair on the back on my back as does this gorilla. But yes, I think this is a very cool figure. I like it that it's in my collection. And I've actually used this figure in a tabletop role-playing game where the party entered some jungle territory, and then I plopped this thing down on the table and said, "This is what you see coming through the trees." And remember, a 25mm figure comes to here. So this is essentially King Kong. That's about the same size ratio the original Kong was to the original human figures from the 1930s film. 33? Yeah, possibly 33. So that was quite impressive. They were like, "Ah, giant gorilla!" They did not fight the giant gorilla. He was there simply as a defensive, trying to ward them off from something. They took the hint and they went around to a different direction. But it was a very impressive looking creature in that regard and quite effective. But yes, this is my my male gorilla and his infant companion.